I just remember having that first thought.
To be perfectly honest.
As fun as it was brutal, but I loved every second of it.
We decided we were gonna ride this bike 500 miles.
It was going good, and then we ran into some problems.
With these kind of races, in order to finish first, you must first finish. And that's sort of the mantra that I pounded into everyone's head is slower is faster and be smooth and just get the bike from point A to point B. The bike had originally been raced in its day as a GNCC race bike and somehow ended up on the West Coast in some guy's garage. So he knew that I, of course, was a sucker for an old Honda. And so I was trying to think of what would be the most unconventional race to take a CR500 motocross bike. So we chose the longest race in America, which is Vegas to Reno. So right away, the first thing I thought was, I need an excuse to build this bike into something cool. So it's a 1996 CR500. I wanted to do a build that I hadn't really seen done before. I've seen a lot of motocross-based CR500s, but never one that was truly built for racing in the desert. So to do that, I really took my knowledge from racing the new platform Honda 450s, and I wanted to take all that technology and all the experience and things I had learned from guys who have helped me build our race bikes and apply it to this 500. And so we took the front end off of a 450X, the forks, the wheels, the brakes. I was grabbing parts that I had in my garage or reaching out to friends I know had parts from old bikes in different years and just finding what worked and what didn't work. We just machined and made work. There's a lot of little modifications that went into that, lots of machining and fabrication. Chassis being steel, it's so different than what we're used to now on a modern bike. It's much more rigid, but that actually is a really good thing for off-road because it tends to flex more and it's much more compliant. Although it seemed like a very unconventional bike, I knew that I could make it a really good handling bike. And for being in 1996, it sure as hell didn't feel like it when you rode it.
Forrest kind of reached out to me about doing Vegas to Reno, and when he asked me, I was all in immediately right off the bat. I figured, why not give Vegas to Reno a try? It's the biggest and longest race in the US. I figured we could just have some fun, and Forrest is a good dude to do it with. We're a great team, and figured we'd just go for it.
So I don't really know how I ended up here. Camilo gave me a phone call and he told me that Dustin was putting this race together, and here we are. Everything happened the right way, everything happened how it needed to happen, and I ended up a few thousands of miles from home.
Point to point, big mileage racing, I've never competed on a motorcycle. And all those miles that I've driven in desert racing, I've always thought, man, this would be a cool section on a motorcycle. Oh, that would be sick on a motorcycle, yeah, whatever. Here's the opportunity in front of me, so I jumped on board.
I first got the shoot for this call on, let's say...
Call for the shoot, not the shoot for this call.
Okay. Fuck you, Kelly.
I definitely knew gas was on his last nerve.
Gas looks like he's about to die.
He's out of gas. He was irritated.
4 hours, 2 shots. Tell me your first thoughts when you got to there.
When I showed up to the Minchinton compound, it was obviously hot. I think I kept getting called by somebody every half hour to drive out there. Hey, can you pick this up? Okay, can you pick this up? Okay, pick up some Red Bull, pick up air filter cage, pick up this. Got there, and of course, after picking up parts for everybody, you yelled at me for being late.
Film, dude, when I say film, film!
So, that was fun. Are we talking about you now? Dustin, Humphrey. Unfortunately, one of my best friends. I don't know what that says about me or him, but it's probably good for neither of us.
Dustin, man, Dustin, the creator, dictator. The guy knows what he wants, he gets that job done.
Vegas to Reno. Are we rolling? Testing, testing, testing. Vegas to Reno. Vegas to Reno. How did that trip come about?
I love spending time at Forrest's place. It was pretty cool. It was like Breaking Bad. It was like basically like a Hollywood setup, but it's just where they live and it's amazing.
When I picked up A-Rod from the airport,
I'm asking where your clothes are.
he was telling me he hadn't ridden a bike in 3 weeks, or 3 months, I think. And then he was telling me he used to be a supercross, and I'm like, you know, I'm like hoping he's gonna be able to live up to all these stories he's telling me.
We arrived after running about 1,000 errands that morning to the desert. The boys were already there. They had arrived early. They were waiting for me all day, expecting to ride. The bike wasn't broken in yet. It wasn't ready to test. We still had to put parts on it. We'd barely even started it, but we knew it ran, so that was good.
Dustin had a dual sport I could ride out here, and I kind of had to Google it to know what it was, and I'm ashamed of saying that.
We get out there and he hops on a bike and he looks pretty comfortable.
When I got on top of the bike, I was like, this is my playground. I gotta see what I can do.
I don't shoot that much these days, but I do enjoy getting a couple shots when I see one.
I haven't been in this kind of environment where I just get to do whatever I want with the dirt bikes.
We're cruising through the desert and we get to a rock garden.
I wanted to do some rock climbing.
He's scoping
I
out.
was just looking out at places to see what I could ride or what I could do.
He hasn't ridden in 3 months. Comes around and just right back onto the trail. It was insane. I've never seen anything like that.
We got the shot, it was done. We came back to camp for a break, and I decided to take a little snooze.
Homeboy out. Gas is exhausted, sleep in the hammock, and we're like, okay, we got to get this guy. And Dustin's like, okay, what are we gonna do? I'm gonna go get some freezing cold water and dump it on his face. Everyone's like, yeah, it's a great idea. We look over after Dustin goes to get a bucket of water, and Gas opens one eye, and he's like, you know what, I'll take it for the team. I'll let him get me. And somebody, pretty sure it was not me for the record, said, dude, no, you get him. Do a double cross. So then somehow, we thought it was baby powder. Turned out to be Gold Bond, was put into a cup for Gas. I can't believe this is gonna happen was the code word, which meant that Dustin was in firing range. So Dustin comes sneaking up, thinking he's all awesome, which it was awesome. I start chuckling, I go, I can't believe this is gonna happen. Gas does the no-look over-the-shoulder hammock shot. Can of Gold Bond hits D-Hump right in the face, eyes up his nose. It was like the best double shot I've ever seen. Like both of them got. I did nothing except laugh. It was great for me.
Looks like he's been in Colombia for a little too long, but.
Everybody came out a winner except for Dustin's nose, throat, and lungs. So you should probably see a specialist.
So after that, after my little nap and everyone's kind of relaxed and rested up, we all had a good laugh and everyone started getting geared back up.
We just kind of hopped right into it, and we ended up going out and just kind of having a little team building, and everyone rode. And
we were just like getting antsy to ride. And the sun was going down, and it was like perfect time to just get in some photos and videos.
And I was able to sort of break the bike in a little bit.
Dude, they don't want me racing in the AMA. They don't want a guy like me, hard-working, good-looking, and absolute fucking ripped. What are they gonna do?
Is that right, boys? No, keep going. Nope. So it's like a needle in a haystack kind of deal.
Yeah. We're the needles.
So we spent a good 4 or 5 hours, I wouldn't say missing the shot, because that means you had a chance to get it. What the fuck are you kidding? Like, it felt like a joke. Lessons in futility are something that happens in the desert.